first principles a speech writer must follow is never to accept that he is a speech writer and not to talk about the speeches that one has written for others. So I will never, because they are their speeches, they are not my speeches. Not at all. I think that the political leaders have a much greater responsibility to ensure that the conversations are tolerant, they promote tolerance, they promote understanding, they promote a mutual acceptance rather than promote hatred or ill will. It is one thing for common people to sometimes speak in a way that hurts others. It happens. But a political leader has a much higher level of responsibility, and that responsibility must be exercised by leaders of all political parties. Intolerance can never be a source of survival. Parties or organizations or ideologies that thrive on intolerance are bound to disappear. That's a law of nature, because human nature is hungry for mutual understanding, mutual acceptance, and intolerance is something alien and foreign to human nature and human culture, and which is why I believe that anyone who tries to promote politics on the basis of intolerance are bound to go out of business. No, I think that we should never make RSS think that RSS alone is the source of intolerance or everything about the RSS is wrong. There are certain things about the RSS which I don't believe in, and I think they are wrong. For example, I have recently written about how their espousal of Akhand Bharat is wrong, how their espousal of Hindu Rashtra is wrong. At the same time, there are certain good things about the RSS. So in the context of the debate on intolerance, I believe that those who do not agree with the RSS should make an effort to understand the RSS and to have a dialogue with the RSS, and vice versa. The RSS also should reach out to its critics. I have been with the BJP for many years before I left the party, and I do not come from the RSS background, but I have closely interacted with RSS leaders right from the top to the bottom, and there are many people who are selfless, who are not into public life for any self-gain. They really feel for India's greatness and for India to become a nation that has its rightful place in the international order. They inculcate values of discipline, of selflessness, of service. So these are things which should be applauded. And they also teach patriotism, although there is some incompleteness in their patriotism. If only they remove the anti-Muslim and anti-Islam understanding as part of their patriotism, I think they will do much greater good to the country. No, while that is true, I believe that RSS is a very large organization. There are many good people there who have a different understanding of Islam, who respect Islam, who respect Muslims, and who regard Muslims as equal Indians. So I am not one of those who paint RSS as a villain. I am one of those who think that there are certain wrong things about, in my understanding, some wrong things about the RSS ideology and RSS practice. Especially, they tolerate those fringe elements in the RSS Parivar, the Sangh Parivar, who resort to communal speech, communal activities, sometimes violence. That is all wrong, and it is the responsibility of the RSS to somehow neutralize those fringe elements. You know, most certainly there is a certain fanatic element in the Islamic societies, and we know what is happening in Muslim countries around the world. Muslims getting killed in the name of Islam by so-called Islamist organizations. What ISIS is doing is absolutely barbaric and inhuman. It is also anti-Islamic. At the same time, since you mentioned Taslima Nasreen, I must say that her advocacy of unlimited freedom, absolute freedom of expression is something that I don't agree with. Nobody has the freedom to malign the core beliefs of any religion, to malign the prophets of any religion. And today, there is a certain outrage in the Muslim community in India. It is because of the manner in which some fringe elements have tried to say something very nasty, absolutely unacceptable about Prophet Muhammad. I don't think that this can be justified in the name of freedom of expression. So in this manner, Taslima Nasreen is wrong. I don't accept this kind of absolute irresponsible freedom of expression. You know, I was a Marxist in my student days and in earlier years, and I still believe that there are many good things about Marxism, about communism. Its advocacy of an egalitarian society, a society free of exploitation, is something that I still subscribe to, and it's very inspiring. The communists must also introspect. The kind of intolerance that was practiced by the communist regimes is, it cannot be a model for India at all. You know, tens of thousands of communists were killed in the Soviet Union, in China, in Cambodia. Is that what we want to follow? So today, even the communists have to do a lot of honest introspection.